In the past, what we've seen is rather disorganised, psychologically disorganised individuals who've been attracted to do beheadings and individual attacks. But this is more effective, and it requires the community and the police to be totally bonded and totally talking to each other all the time about anything that's suspicious.
We say that though, but just how difficult is it to protect ourselves?
Well, it's difficult to know when somebody decides to do this sort of thing unless you're actually watching them all the time. But I wouldn't worry unduly. You know, this style of attack has been around since Mumbai many years ago. And our security forces, our police, have been preparing for it. I think the meeting that Prime Minister Cameron had this morning was just to confirm that our plans are up to date and any lessons that we could possibly learn from Paris are being absorbed. The main thing here is this. We must never allow ourselves to define success for the terrorists. So if we say that we must protect ourselves 100%. What we're saying is every time they do attack us, they win. And I think one thing that Paris has shown is that even if these people do succeed in attacking, they actually fail in their aim. Their aims were to prevent the publication of the cartoons, and they failed in that. The cartoons are all over the place. Their aim was to terrorize people. What they did was get people together, and people stood up and said, we're not afraid. So I think if we do that, then we protect ourselves greatly, because it takes away the incentive from many of them, not all of them, but from many of them, from doing something because they can see they're failing.
But people are scared.
They are frightened, but I think that the public actually understands the nature of the threat quite often and can put it into perspective. When we do our research with members of the public about these low likelihood but high impact events such as terrorist attacks, we actually find it hard to get them to talk about terrorism because they want to talk about things such as health and safety that they believe they can do something about. And I think the message that we need to get out is to acknowledge that members of the public know that there is the threat of terrorism. They also understand that they're more likely to win the lottery than to get caught up in an attack here in the UK. And to say to them that they can also do things in order to help be more aware, in order to be more perceptive about their environment, and to engage with the security services who are also trying to protect them. So instead of thinking terrorism's too big and that they can't do anything about it, we need to look at our communities and our environments, and again look at this as a joined-up approach using policies and technologies, security skills, and members of the public working together.
It's an interesting awards, isn't it? I know it kick-starts the whole red carpet season.
It kick-starts the whole red carpet season, and it is so much about the red carpet, with the Golden Globes especially. Yes, we're interested in who won what, and it's a bit of an indicator about the Oscars in a few weeks as well.